What's up guys, welcome back to the channel, hope you're doing well. So yesterday the devs released the final dev blog for the next season. So next week we're going into the testing phase, so I'll get access to a special test server where I can test out everything for you guys, and they're probably also gonna do a live stream. So it's finally time to look at these dev blogs. This is how I like to do it. I wait till all the dev blogs are out and then I make a video on it. So let's take a look at the first dev blog. This is the new mecha season in Crossout. As you guys know, next season is gonna be heavily focused on mech builds, bipedal or bipedal legs, special mech cabins, and special game modes as well. So it's gonna be very interesting. So the first two items they announced is a legendary rocket launcher and a legendary support module. We're getting a whole bunch of legendary items in the next update. So it says the legendary rocket launcher comes from the scavenger faction and it allows you to deal high amounts of blast damage in an area. The weapon fires a burst of several fast maneuverable rockets that will fly like a swarm towards the target area and explode upon hit. And they say the new weapons perk will focus on rewarding skillful and precise shooting. Each hit upon an enemy will boost the damage of the next volley. In addition, it will also increase the reload speed of the rocket launcher. Now, if you take a look at the rocket launcher that we have in game now, we have these style rocket launchers with the double barrel with a limited turn angle, and you have to manually aim them. We have the Flute ATGM, which is a laser guided rocket launcher, also very unique. And I think, you know what guys? I think that's why they're gonna change the Flute and the Clarinet though next season. The Clarinet though is getting a complete rework and is gonna be a lot more efficient. We have the Nest, the Pyre, and the Hurricane, where you need to lock onto an enemy and then you can fire. And then we have the Snowfall and the Cricket, in my opinion, some of the best rocket launchers in the game. We also have the Waltz, the Helicon, and the Header. Yep, the Header is a rocket launcher. And in the last season, we already had a legendary rocket launcher. It was the Lucifer. And for this new rocket launcher, I don't think it's gonna have the same targeting system as the Lucifer. I think it's gonna be a homing missile, just like the Hurricane or the Pyre, where you need to lock onto your target and the missiles will fly. But I don't think they're gonna go that route. I was thinking that because usually in mech games you have like everything is automated and everything locks onto everything, but I don't think they're gonna do that. I think they're gonna go in the route of the Header. I think this new weapon, this new rocket launcher, is gonna be a short range header. Now these are just assumptions, by the way. I don't know anything yet. I haven't seen anything yet. We're gonna have to wait till next week to see what it's really gonna be like. But let me know in the comment section down below how you guys think this new rocket launcher will work. Next up, they announced a legendary support module. A lot of people called it a Omamore for damage, and I already see some power nodes on top, the back, and on the sides, and one over here as well. It's gonna be in the front. Very interesting, a lot of power nodes everywhere. So they mentioned the new module is similar to the Omamore and the Averter in that it also boosts the parts that are attached to it. I think they mean power nodes. But the new module functions not as a defensive part, but as an offensive part. It amplifies various attack parameters depending on the parts attached to it. It is also possible to boost weapons, cabins, and engines with it. Interesting. Okay, so you can boost engines and cabins? Huh. Really curious to see how this is gonna work. If you attach a weapon to the module, it will boost the damage. A cabin will get a bonus to maximum speed, and attaching a new engine to the new module will result in an increased power parameter of the armored vehicle. Interesting. The most amazing part is that you can attach all three types of parts to the new module and get all the three boosts at the same time. But be cautious. The new module explodes when it gets destroyed, and it can't be installed alongside the Averter or the Omamore. Well, that's at least some good news. You cannot stack it with the Averter or the Omamore, but you get a speed boost, a power boost for your engine, and a damage boost. It really depends on what the number is. So we're gonna have to wait till next week to see the actual numbers. And at the end, they show off some new structural parts. This is gonna be like the snowplow that we already have in game. And this is like one of the fan sides or something like that. Let me show you guys. I think the new bumper is going to be something similar to this. Might have some different dimension, but this is basically what it's going to be like. Kind of like the snowplow we have right now. And the other structural parts we see are going to be something similar to this. We kind of already have this, but that one is going to be from a scavenger part, so it's probably going to have different resistances. Now let's move on to part 2 of the new mecha season in Crossout. This thing looks kind of badass. And they mentioned that we remind you that not everything that you see on the dev blog is final. Everything is still subject to change. I forgot to mention that in the beginning, but you know, nothing's final yet. And the next thing they announced is a legendary grenade launcher. This part will also be from the scavenger faction. Looks like the next battle pass is going to be heavily scavenger focused. The main feature of this new grenade launcher is 2 firing modes. Interesting. If you make one quick click, the grenade launcher fires a projectile which will burst into several small explosive fragments on impact. Is it gonna be like the flak cannon from Quake? In this mode, the grenade launcher does area damage. If you hold down the button, the grenade will fire a solid projectile which will not shatter on impact, and it will not create additional explosion. This mode reduces the spread and increases the damage of the projectile itself, allowing you to use the grenade launcher at long range like a cannon. Interesting. Oh, this is gonna be like the flak cannon from Quake, finally! I've always wanted a weapon like this. This is gonna be cool. It's probably gonna have a very big bullet drop, so not really like a cannon, but at least you will be able to fire at longer ranges. That's kind of cool. And they mentioned the perk of the legendary weapon allows you to increase the damage with precision shooting. It is better to activate it in the first mode. The damage of the next shot will increase for each part hit by the explosion. The perk sounds kind of confusing. And the second thing they announced is a new legendary cabin, I think specifically made for mech builds. The new medium cabin builds upon the Omnibox. It also has 2 emotes and parameter bonuses based on the mechanics of its predecessor, but these bonuses can be further enhanced during battle. Okay. The first mode accumulates a bonus to the damage based on the distance you have traveled, but you can activate the bonus only in the second mode. Okay, so in the first mode, probably speed and power, walk around a lot. And then once you're gonna go in combat, you activate the second mode. And the second mode increases the maximum damage of all weapons. Additionally, in the second mode, the cabin accumulates the bonus to maximum speed and power. What? To do this, you need to deal damage to the enemies. These bonuses can be activated in the first mode. Note that the higher rarity of your weapons, the more damage you will need to deal to accumulate the bonus. So this is a very interesting cabin where both perks can be quite useful. I mean, when I'm using the Omnibox cabin, I just leave it in reload mode. I don't even bother with power. But for this cabin, it might actually be more beneficial to switch between modes. And I think they're doing this because the new mechanical legs might be slow. I really wonder what the top speed is going to be of these new mechanical legs. Is this going to be like the Gorilla legs when they first came out, 70 kilometers per hour? That's going to be gnarly. I mean, any slower than that, and they're going to be useless. So we'll have to see. They also mentioned the new cabin requires constant movement and accurate shooting, as well as frequent change of the modes according to the situation of the battlefield. Okay, so I do wonder if the perk will go away slowly if you're not really utilizing it. So that is gonna be a big game changer. If the perk stays, if you have walked like maybe 1,000 steps and the damage perk stays without going away, it's gonna be really good. If it goes away, it's kind of gonna suck. They also show off some new structural parts. These look like things we don't have in the game yet. This looks like a bumper piece, and this looks kind of cool. Another structural part with maybe high durability. I wonder what these things are gonna be for. Maybe mounting spots. We'll have to see. And lastly, they also mentioned Crossout will have 4 battle passes per year instead of 3. The leveling will become faster and more content will be released per year, including free content. The content of each pass may be slightly reduced, but the number of levels and overall value will not change. I'm kind of happy with this. Like a 4-month-long battle pass is crazy. That's actually really long. Now, something that I would like to see change in Crossout is how the battle passes work. I don't want battle passes to go away. I want you to be able to select them, just like how Helldivers has all of its battle passes. You can just select which one you want to grind and just unlock stuff from that battle pass. I think if they implement a system like that, it could work a little bit better. I'm not sure if it's going to be more profitable for them, but a system like that is a lot better for the players. And it would kind of be like old times where you just selected a faction like Scavenger or Nomad, grind that out until you get all the parts you want, and then just switch to another one. I think that system might work, but they're gonna have to do their own testing and research and stuff like that. And that doesn't mean the badges would become useless. I would make it so that if you want to level up the old battle passes, you can use engineers badges to do that. Like 300, same price, 300 badges to level up. I think that's a win-win for everybody. I think the devs might still make a good profit. I'm not sure. Like I said, they have to do their own research. And the new players coming into the game, they can select which kind of structural parts they want, which faction or which battle pass they want to level up. I think mobile has something like that, where you can go back to the previous battle passes and level those out, or you need to buy them and then you can still level those out. I'm not 100% sure how everything's going to work together, but I think an approach like that is going to be better for everybody in the long run. Another thing I would love to see is a rework of the whole storage system and blueprint slot system. I'm at a point right now where one blueprint slot is the same price as maybe more expensive than a legendary weapon. That's freaking insane. And they're forcing me to sell my decor items. I know it's my personal problem, but they're forcing me to sell decor items to get new items because they keep adding new cabins, weapons, modules, and even new decor items. And if it's something I like, I want to keep it. But decor items are things I have to like sell because a cabin is useful, modules are useful, and weapons are useful. Decor items, don't really need them, but some of them are pretty cool, and I would love to keep them all. Now, I'm not 100% sure on this, but I think it should be possible to increase the storage space to like, let's say 2,000 or do something for us, because promo accounts have 9999999 storage ability. Anyways, let's move on to part 3 of the new mecha season in Crossout. This one was released yesterday where they announced the different types of mechanical legs. Now, there was already a post hinting at the mechanical legs a month ago, but there weren't any images back then, but now we do have the images. So this is going to be the special rarity leg, special robotic leg, looks kind of skinny. All right, cool. And then we have the light epic robotic leg. This one looks kind of beefed up. This one looks like it's gonna be a fast one. Okay, so this one is light, and I see a heavy epic robotic leg. Okay, very nice, very beefy. This one's gonna be slower. This one's gonna be a lot faster but weaker, and this one's just gonna be kind of like the blue rotor we have for helicopter game mode. They do look kind of cool though. This one really looks like a scavenger part. And here they kind of describe on what the legs will be able to do. Light epic robotic legs can do a quick dash forward. Ooh, it's what I saw in that video one time. Heavy epic robotic legs can take off for a short time, kind of like a jetpack. Ooh. Note that when the new robotic legs are installed on a vehicle, it binds the direction of the movement to the direction of the camera. So basically, mouse aim, I think. They did not mention anything about the perk of the special robotic legs. Kind of unfortunate that that won't have a perk. Furthermore, in this devblog, they're announcing a new game mode or a new PvP arcade mode. They mentioned that we tried to make the new game mode fast, challenging, and a bit wild. It will replace the current armored aircraft mode, which nobody plays, only in patrol. And they also basically mentioned that they're gonna have one main arcade PvP mode where everybody can fight with any types of vehicles. So walkers, hovers, helicopters, ground vehicles, anything can go there, except for Leviathans, of course. They also mentioned that walkers will be able to participate in PvE raids, co-op missions, and bedlam, and also some special brawls and events as well. That's kind of cool. I haven't played raids with a helicopter yet. Let me know if it's a thing. I don't think it's a thing yet. The last couple of things they mentioned, there will be a special major PvE event coming, probably when the update drops. And I'm not sure if this is for the arcade mode, but they mentioned in the new game mode, battles are fought in a PvP format, but to win, teams need to pick up a certain amount of special resources which are dropped by destroyed enemies and are necessary to win the battle. And this arcade mode has respawns. So they finally learned their lesson. So last year they experimented with the whole helicopter permanent brawl, and nobody liked it. Nobody plays, 1% of the crossout community plays helicopter PvP. Everybody else plays patrol to get their helicopter challenges done. And now with this new game mode, everybody's gonna be able to fight there with respawns. I really do hope this game mode is successful for them and for me, of course. But yeah, we'll have to see in the future. As long as people don't come up with scummy builds, I think it's gonna be a success. But even that, you can respawn, so it might be a bit exciting. We'll have to see. I really hope it's gonna be good. Almost forgot about this, but they also show off some new structural parts. And they also mentioned, lastly, there will be a live stream which will take place next week, which is what they always do. And this time I'll also be around when they stream, so I can hang out with you guys a little bit. So that was it for this video, guys. This is just the new stuff coming in the next update. There's also gonna be a whole bunch of changes they're planning to make to the game, and I made 2 videos going over that. So if you guys want to see that, I'll probably put some links for you guys in the description down below, because I did comparisons on the live and the test server. And in those videos, I go in depth on the changes and I test it out on the live server and the test server and compare them. So that's it for me, guys. I hope this video was informative. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and if you did, I hope I earned a like and a subscription to the channel. If you guys want to see more, you can click on these 2 videos over here, and I'll see you there in a minute. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. Peace.